Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, this is a message based on the card I pulled this morning, which is Temperance. This is a wild unknown deck. Temperance is, especially in this deck, the heron represents temperance here. Temperance is about stillness and tranquility, recognizing that and having the patience for the microphone, having the patience and the stillness to recognize opportunities, having the determination to dig through the murky waters of what's going on right now currently in the world and within yourself. Right now the world has asked us to go through a transformation, to change, to realize what we have learned in the past and go forward with the wisdom. Temperance card is 14. Break it down to a 5, and 5 in numerology is, well, trials. Right? We all have trials. And lately, with all the stuff going on astrologically, with the planets and their retrogrades and their movements and the placements, it's like finding a way to make the best of it. Temperance usually is represented by an angel in the sky. Well, not in the sky, but angels are from the sky. And there's 2 cups, and they're pouring into each other. And I look at that as, you know, being called to ask, what have you learned? What have you learned so far from your past? And what do you want in your future? You know, Temperance is right before the Devil card. And the Devil card is all about being chained to something, being a slave to something, not being stuck and unable to slip from its hands, because it's not about being held, it's about keeping yourself stuck. So Temperance before the Devil, to me, is saying you have 2 cups, the past and the future. What did you learn in the past? And are you repeating these things like the definition of insanity? Are you doing the same things and hoping for a different result when you know that doing things the same way will keep you unhappy, but it's so comfortable? It's so comfortable. You know, the heron can stand completely still for 5 minutes and observe. How still do we stand when we're trying to figure out why something isn't working or getting our needs met in the world today? A lot of us go like this. We see it, we know it's there, but we'd rather not acknowledge it, because then we have to change. Temperance is like liminality. The definition of liminality is being suspended without a time or place and being able to exist in that spot. You know, we are not our bodies. We are not just people in skin suits, people that are skin suits. We are everything. We are made of everything. And so therefore, when something comes up that we have to work through, or something great comes up, it's what we do with it. Temperance says, mix the good and the bad that you know. I mean, we can only learn at our own pace. We only know what we've experienced. What do we do with that? Do we take the opportunity to acknowledge it? Wade through this heaviness, because there's a transformation everybody is going through right now, especially with the things going on in the world and how we've had to adapt and change and learn to survive in it. But don't just survive. Take the good and the bad and look at it. Look at it, because that is the only way that it can be acknowledged. And once you acknowledge something, it can change. What's your plan? That's today's message. What is your plan, and how are you going to incorporate what you want based on what you've learned? I think that's really important, because we just kind of let things sometimes come at us and go, okay, now I have to do this, instead of look at how we're handling things. Look at what we do in certain situations. Even in chaos, we need to be still. That's kind of hard. How do you be still when things are just triggering all these urgencies and the lack? Lack is abundance, and abundance can be lack. Everything has a duality, and everything is a full circle. The Lion King. The circle of life. Everything has a circle of life, and everything has its duality. Do you recognize your duality? Do you look at it? Do you examine the strength of it? There's a great strength that we're all bringing to the surface right now. Things are changed for everybody right now. We're all having to adapt, so we're all in the same boat. Can we encourage ourselves and others to find the new strengths that we need to have in situations we've never experienced before, or find the limitations, notice them, that all of this is causing in the world today, the circumstances. Ask yourself, what can I do to be flexible, to blend the things necessary to still be fulfilled? Some of us have to throw out everything that we've based our beliefs on right now, because things aren't working to that extreme. Change is not always bad. I mean, change isn't bad. Change and letting go lets new things come in that we didn't even know we wanted, or strengths that we didn't know we had. Temperance is an encouragement. The heron, like in the card, can exist earth and air and water. Adaptable. Takes advantage of the twilight, the in-between, that place in our head where we end up at the end of the day. We're not doing the physical things. The day's done. We more slip into our head, into the air of thoughts. Where does that go for you? Hopefully, you can bring about a combination of thought and action that will produce temperance. Finally finding a way to not only survive but thrive with what's going on, grasp the new ideas, and find out who you are in a world that's asking you to embrace change. Let go of the old, and then there's that empty spot, right? If we let go of things, what do we do with that spot that we feel is empty now? I'll tell you, it's not empty, because only new can fill that spot. You have to wait for it, embrace it, and accept it in whatever form it comes, because that's the only way true creation and progress is made, is to make room for it. So with that being, I wish you a good day. That's some thought there for you to chew on with the Temperance card. Be the heron. Very adaptable, very multifaceted in its ability.